Alright guys, we're on to part 2. What is a polynomial and what are its parts? So first, let's discuss what is a polynomial. Well, the definition says that it's an algebraic expression that can be written up as a term, or as the sum, which means addition, or difference, which means subtraction of terms. 5 times x squared. And that's just one term. And when it's just one term, we actually call this a monomial, because mono means one. But we can also have 5 times x squared plus 3x. And actually, that's called a binomial, because bi means 2. But what if we had 3 terms? Well, that would look like 5x squared plus 3x plus 4. And we can call that a trinomial, because tri means 3. So what do we call a polynomial? The word poly in the word polynomial, it means many, and nomial means terms. So polynomial just means many terms. So a binomial and a trinomial have many terms, so they can classify, and they do, as a polynomial. But we often use the word polynomial for anything that has over 4 terms. So an example of what a polynomial looks like would be 6 times x cubed plus 3x squared minus 5x plus 2. So what are the parts of a polynomial? Well, our numbers that are attached to a variable, like 6 and 3, those are called coefficients. And I kind of gave away what our x was when I called them earlier, but our x's are called our variables, because they vary depending on what they equal to. This 2, and the invisible one that we don't see here, which is understood to be 1, is called our exponents. Our number at the end is called a constant because it doesn't have a variable. So it remains the same no matter what I do to this x value. My 5 is going to remain a 5. Well, negative 5 in this case. And we write polynomials in order from the variable with the highest exponent to the variable with the lowest exponent, which is why it goes from 2 to 1 to our constant. Now, my coefficient in the front is actually called a leading coefficient because it's the guy in the front. Now, I know you can't think if there's anything else to know, but there's one more thing to know. Our leading term, which is 6x squared, also determines the degree of our polynomial by its exponent. So the degree of this polynomial is 2. So now that we know all the parts, all the many different parts of a polynomial, let's move on to our next lesson, which is adding polynomials. I'll see you guys there.